Hello and welcome to this Christmas update. Today I will be updating my Trident 3 Arctic Edition computer, this one. I will be doing my final upgrade. In one of my previous videos I upgraded the RAM and the hard drive of it, but I did not upgrade the graphics card, which I will be doing today. Let's see how this works out. This is the graphics card that I had to import from USA. I bought it used on eBay. You cannot buy this anymore as a new product. It's an old graphics card. It's an RTX 2060 NVIDIA graphics card. It's a mini edition, as you can see, so that it can fit inside of the Arctic edition. And I think I did get a fair price for it. I did have to, of course, pay some VAT when it arrived through the customs. And today it has a GTX 2070, so it's quite an upgrade from the old one. It has some degree of experiment about it, because I'm not necessarily sure that the power supply will be able to handle this new graphics card. So that's something we will have to figure out after installing it. If it can't handle it, I will have to purchase a new power supply. But I'm waiting with that, and in the meantime I'll put my old graphics card back if it should not work out. And another aspect is also, I read that it's gonna be tricky to make the graphics card fit inside the Trident 3 Arctic, but it should be possible, because I found a post online saying that someone made this upgrade to the RTX 2060. And he did this post. It said that first he installed it, or the person installed it, and then he used throttle stop, a program to decrease the output, the power, the graphics output of the graphics card, and then later on he did the upgrade to the power supply, and then he didn't have to use throttle stop anymore. So it's gonna be an experiment today to see if it works out. But let's do it. All right, here it is, the old NVIDIA GeForce 1070. It's actually a quite good graphics card. There's two screws there, and it goes in like that. I don't think there's any screws in the front. But it's gonna be tough to replace it, I'm sure. I'm sure this one won't be easy. But let's try. So there are two screws here. Hi, we're back. You can see that we got the graphics card out of the casing now. And if you want to know how to open the case, you should look at my previous upgrade video, where you can see all of the instructions on how to do it, and also all of the mistakes, what to avoid, based on the mistakes that we ended up making. So the graphics card is out now, and we need to pull the electricity from it. Just wiggle it out. Yep, now it's out. This is the old graphics card. Nice one, Aero. This is the new one. Let's see if everything is the way it should be. If it fits, we can plug it into the electricity. Plug it in here, like that. Now it has electricity. And put it down here. Put it in here. Needs to fit in here. nicely, and it goes in quite easily into the processor, it seems like. Yeah, that's not complicated to make it fit down there. Okay, so before we assemble this, I need to check if it works. So we're gonna plug in all the cables, turn on the computer. Now it's turned on. Let's see if it gets some kind of video output. The fan of the graphics card is blowing. That's a good sign. We get graphics output on the screen also. So that's also a very good sign. Then we need to check that it can actually run a video game. Look at that, it works. That's great. We are back in game, and we got the drivers updated for sure. We should have done that in the beginning, right? But we didn't do that. So now that we have the proper drivers installed, we're going to continue testing the installation of our graphics card with a nice video game called Postscriptum. I can get 83, 86, 80 frames per second. You can see up in the corner here, with which is pretty good. That's really good, because you can also see here I have everything on Epic except super sampling. I had problems with that last time. I couldn't get a good FPS when I had this turned on. So maybe I can turn that on, and it will work better. So let's do that. I get 80 FPS now and 2 times super sampling, 5 settings. Then it drops to 38 frames per second, 35. But that's more than enough that I need. So finally I can play this game on maximum settings. But it's not crashing, it's not super noisy. The old one used to like make a lot of sound when it was doing the max performance. So this is and it's getting all the electricity that it needs. That's awesome. Everything is working perfectly. Alright. So we are gonna put this, no, we can run a test now. We don't actually have to put it back together. Let's run the test on UserBenchmarks. This is my last test that I made. You can see my graphics card here, GTX 1070. This benchmark 78.1%, right in the middle it's scoring. So a completely average graphics card by today's standards. And now we have that upgraded, we should make a new benchmark. How do we do that? Let's go and find one test. Use a free download. Exe, it's an exe. You want to install stuff. I thought it was just online, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. And it's winding down now. It's not doing any graphics processing right now. Oh, you want me to? I thought this was online. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, it's testing the graphics card now. Shoot the cubes. Shoot the cubes. I can't full screen. This down. Alright. What is it doing? Is it this? What? Do I have to keep doing that? Results ready to open. I think it's actually done, but it just wants you to keep playing this. So I'm gonna play this 15 seconds, it's done. And then we'll upload it to the web. Whoa, I can't hit it. Stupid game. Stupid game. Good. So, avoid. How do I upload? Okay, now it did something. Open benchmark results. Oh, it already uploaded automatically. So, what was the old one? This was the old one. Let's go up. I hope it's not worse. 69%, 72% desktop is worse, and workstation is a bit better. So for gaming it's okay, only 3% points better, which is not impressive at all. High background CPU, 29%. High background CPU reduces benchmark accuracy. How to reduce the background CPU? Okay. Don't know what that means actually. Fully. What was the graphics card here? So I moved from here to here. Now it's 89%, and the old one was, where is it? Here, 78%. Okay, so the graphics card is actually almost 10% better. So it's 9%. It's 9% better. No, I can't do the math, right? It's 11% better, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 11% better, right? Yeah. So 11%. That's good. I got an 11% increase. But surprisingly, the overall for gaming, it only increased, what was it, 3% or something like that? It works. Upgrade is successful. I did not expect that, to be honest. Before doing this upgrade, I thought this would result in a lack of power input, so it would make it crash. But it seems that is not an issue. So with the power supply that I got in my Arctic 3, then my Trident 3 Arctic Edition, it works out of the box to install a mini RTX 260, but it will be difficult for you to find a unit of this today because it's not being produced anymore. You have to go to secondhand, and it can be difficult to find one if you're in a tiny market. Most markets, even here in Europe, didn't have it for sale, at least not inside of the EU. Some of them were for sale in the UK, and then there was plenty for sale in the US on the American eBay, so that's where I bought it from. But be aware, you need to pay VAT of this sale when it arrives, but you can still get a pretty good deal. Like they were pretty good deal, yeah. As a used graphics card, I think it was still expensive, but compared to if you buy a new graphics card today, they are insanely expensive. I cannot believe what has happened since, you know, since 10 years ago. So so for me, I think what I paid was okay, and the VAT that came, that it got included into the deal, still made it a pretty good deal, an acceptable deal, especially compared to, this is, I think this graphics card here is the max graphics card that this computer will be able to handle, at least if you base your information on what you can find online, meaning what have other users done, and this is what they've done, and this is what they've reported working. So of course you can try to do your own builds and see what works, and see if it can actually handle that better GPU. So that's still a possibility, right? But for this one, it's a complete build, and I think now that I did one upgrade of all my components of this PC, I think I won't be upgrading this more. The next time I will be buying an entirely new computer. So it will come with a PSU, with a motherboard, and all these items that are compatible. And there's also another aspect. You also need to find a motherboard which is compatible with the graphics card, and newer ones might not be compatible with it. So be aware of that if you go and try out other graphics cards than the RTX 2060. Okay, that's it for today, for this Christmas upgrade. Thank you so much for tuning in, and for those of you who celebrate Christmas, have a nice Christmas, and have a happy New Year. Bye.